Hello everyone, this is Julie from Jules Suds and Soaps. Today we're going to be making, we made some of these melt and pour the time before. And I'm also going to use these as well. And this will be on our bottom layer. And these are left over from some of the soap that I did. And I'm going to be using the colors today. We'll see how this goes. Is Blue Pearl Dry and Sky Blue. Now this was from a 36 pack from Amazon. And the green that I'm going to be using is Green Pearl Dry and Olive. Now I am going to keep, now this is shea butter from Amazon as well. I am going to keep this white. Now if I were to add colors to it, it would become pastel. And we also are going to be using this crystal clear melt and pour soap base. So I'm going to go ahead off camera and start melting these. And I'm going to start out with the blues and the green first, and then I'll come on in with the white for contrast. So I'm going to chop these up into about an inch size cube, and I'm going to put them in the microwave for 30-second bursts at a time. You don't want to overburn overmelt your melt and pour, because it can cause it to become too thick. It can cause the smell to be off. So yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do, like I said, is chop this up off camera, melt it, and I will be back. Hi guys, we're back. I melted down the clear melt and pour. Now I have a feeling I'm going to have to remelt this in the microwave because it's just wanting to stay thick. I did learn when I made the video, my video, Be My Valentine, that particular soap, what happened was I didn't realize it at the time, but it had coconut oil in it, and I believe shea butter can also thicken it. So I mean, I had this, and I'm just going to try and see here if I can pour being so thick. But like I said, I do anticipate having to reheat these. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, a little bit of mica goes a long way. I'm going to now, I'd say about a half a teaspoon, not even. Now I'm not going to melt my white melt and pour, because I'm not going to do it yet, because I know it'll just thicken up, and I need to let one of these layers harden up a little bit. Okay, let's go on to the next one. See, it's really thickening up. Yeah, I would suggest, if you want to soap with melt and pour, to kind of, unless you're doing frosting, I would stay away from anything, containing coconut oil. At least that's what I found for myself. So, all right, let me try and see how much I can mix this up. But I know I'm going to have to remelt it. Okay, I'm going to start remelting it now at 30-second bursts. And as I've said, I'm doing this on my on medium speed. Okay, let's get our green mixed up. It's a pretty green, but I think I'm going to modify it a little bit. Okay, now let me check my temperature here. Okay, we're at 150. Let me get one of my longer spoons. Okay. Yeah, this is really... It's going to be a beautiful blue. It's definitely going to have to be. I've noticed that this particular soap seems to take a little bit longer to melt. And it really likes to thicken up. I mean, it gives you no time to pour. Okay, so I'm going to try and get these to an even temperature to pour, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. My temperature here is at 148. So I'm going to pour because it's just really wanting to thicken up. So I'm just gonna, I know it's really hard to see, guys, with these molds. I apologize. But I'm just pouring this one here now. What I want to do next is add these embeds. Now these will go on the top of the loaf, but I want to add these in the middle to see. Now it's probably not going to, now again I need to spray it with alcohol to help it adhere. So, okay. Alrighty, this will be very interesting. So I'm going to try and bring the camera to you. I can do that. Okay, so you see I have them lined up in my mold. Okay. Okay. Now we've got the green. Okay, that's at 152. I'm going to start melting down my white melt and pour. And again, you're really going to want to spray with alcohol so that all the layers adhere to one another. Okay, I'm melting down the white. That's coming along nicely. Now, this green is a perfect pourable temperature. But I'm afraid by the time my white is done, this will be thick. So again, it's just kind of a matter of melting and pouring, melting and pouring. Okay, so that's at 150. The white still needs some time. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Okay, so we're just mixing it up. This is the green that I want, that I am looking for. That's a really nice consistency there. Okay. Yeah, we still have to put this in the microwave. Okay, stirring it up because you really want to make sure that the colors are blended. Now, in melt and pour soap, if I wanted to, I could have added, sometimes I do, a little bit of alcohol with it, maybe a couple teaspoons, and that way it'll help to melt more evenly. And it'll be good at that point. Okay, let me check this. Okay. Let me check the temperature, at least of the liquid. Okay, yeah, that says 160. We don't want to go further. So what I'm going to do is going to mix this up as much as I can, because again, you don't want to overburn. Okay, we're getting a lot of the lumps out. Okay. We're just going to melt this a little bit more. Okay, let me check my temperature on this. Okay. It's about 160 right now. I really don't want to pour it yet because I do not want to melt these embeds that are inside. I don't want to melt those, and if it's too hot, it'll definitely melt those. Okay, let me check here to see where we're at. Okay, we're getting there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour this green. I'm just pouring it straight on. I'm really hoping this design works. You know what you want to do in your head, and it's completely different sometimes. You know how it turns out. Okay, so now, oops. Okay, right now we are at 147. Now I'm going to spray with rubbing alcohol. Preferably 91%, but I wasn't able to get that with COVID. So I'm just kind of making the best use I can do for it. Okay, I think it's going to need just a little bit longer. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So now the trick is to not muddy the colors. You want them to be separated and well defined. Okay, so we're at 125 here. I am gonna start pouring, and I'm at 140 here. Really hoping I get some swirls. So what I'm doing is just pouring. We're doing some drop swirls here. Okay, now that's going to be enough of the white. What I'm going to do is take a spoon and swirl it. And I always like to clean the edges off. And spray it with alcohol. You don't want to overdo it right now because it will help accelerate the colors from muddying. Okay. I'll let you see it here in a moment, and I'm going to put some glitter on it, and then we'll come back to the unmolding. Okay, let me put the glitter on, and then I'll show you what we have here. Okay. I like to use just a little bit of silver glitter. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Now this is a small loaf, and it's a little bit higher up. So I'm hoping to be able to get some swirls. I definitely want some swirls. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is let this set probably for an hour. I think that should be plenty of time in the refrigerator. You never want to place your soap in the freezer. You never want to do that because it'll make it sweat and it'll change the soap. Okay, we will be back for the unmolding. Thank you. Hi guys, I'm back. I completely forgot to put on the embeds on top that I wanted. Let me see here. Now I don't want these to sink. And they may do that. I may have to add them in a little bit. But they may stay. Okay. Yeah, I think they're going to stay. And you do want to push it in just a little bit. There isn't enough of a skin. You want to push it down here. Hopefully you can see what I'm referring to. I need a tripod, guys, so we're working on that. Okay, so I'm going to spray them again with alcohol, and then I'm going to put them in the fridge, and we'll see you for the cut. We are back for the unmolding. I went ahead and unmolded this off camera because I never have used this mold before. I've never tried any of this before, so I just wanted to make sure it was set. So these were the embeds we made last night. And this made 3 loaves. I'm sorry. 3 pieces. 3 soaps. With these new molds, I promise I'm going to make, somehow get better camera angles. Get a tripod. Okay, so here's this one. And these are just so pretty to display if you don't want to use these. I will say that while I'm practicing here, I'm not using fragrances quite yet. So, you know, once I start getting things down pat, then I'll start using the fragrances. And, of course, I'll be using these for another soap as an embed. Oh, pretty. A couple more. Okay, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, guys, if you could just hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, Jules, Suds, and Soaps. Thank you, and have a great day.